Hello, everybody. Hello. Hopefully the mic is working. Like before I stream, I always would check on my phone or something, like the volume and like everything like that. So, yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I see there's like 6 of you. Now 5. Um but me included as well. But yeah, all right. So today we're going to be character designing. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, so today we're gonna be character designing. What is my experience with character designing? Well, my experience with character designing has been experimental, I'd say. Hello, everyone. Yeah, as you can see, I already kind of started like a sketch in a way. So let me take a sip of tea, and then we can get started. Oh, my microphone almost tipped over there. All right. Hello, everyone. But yeah, I hope that you guys got your snacks ready for your sketchbook, because I feel like it's one of those moments where you see someone's drawing online, like on you know, a screen or just on paper on screen, and then you kind of draw along and stuff. And I think it's in that moment when you kind of have new ideas and stuff, and it just creates this whole atmosphere for a really good, nice kind of dissolving the art block in a way, I guess. So yeah. Okay, what do you guys usually like to drink in a day? Is it water? Because I remember I used to hate water so much. I used to hate it. um I think the part where I do enjoy water was when I had nothing else to drink but water, which was really bad. But I'm happy that I start to like water more than, any other drink. And I think it's just much healthier. Not to be like the drink police or anything like that, but it's just I hear so much bad things about drinks that are selling around like 7-Elevens and stuff, and so I thought, water is like the cheapest and also the best, I guess. You want snacks? What kind of snacks do you guys like? Listen, Doritos are really good. Cheetos are also good. I haven't Cheetos in so long. Waterholic, but I love smoothies. Oh my gosh, what kind of smoothies? I had like a chocolate chip cocoa smoothie this one time, and it tasted kind of bitter, which I guess it's fine. It's from like a cafe place, like a cafe, so I guess it was expected, but I'm not sure. But yeah, snacks. Doritos are really good. Cheetos are really good. I really like the original Lay's. The original Lay's are super good. Lay's, like, are they called Lay's? Layers? Like the yellow packet, Um, and what else? I haven't, like, I love Kit Kats. My favorite snack are like chocolate. Spam smiley faces. Yeah, thank you so much for that. I don't know if it boosts the algorithm, but if it does, thank you so much. But if it doesn't, still, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Okay, so today we're gonna be character designing. I'm not gonna guarantee that I will not hit that art block. There's just gonna be probably a firewall at some point in this live stream of me hitting the wall because it's an art block. Get it? um, so if y'all have like some ideas as well to give me some suggestions, I'd really appreciate that. Obviously, I'm gonna say this. For the suggestions, I don't think I'm going to like make a profit out of that. This video, I will not have any profit off of it. There's no ads, there's nothing. So I'm not gonna take your guys like little like suggestions and ideas and to make a profit out of it. I just genuinely want to practice character designing today. Um and you know, just have that mindset to practice and make more characters in the future. I make smoothies almost every day. Normally fruits like strawberries, banana, orange taste good together. Orange. I have never tasted an orange smoothie before. That is so... What does it? It tastes like probably really acidic. Like, not in a bad way, but like, you know, juicy. But yeah, I never tasted an orange one. A banana, a strawberry, a banana and milk hits really good. Hits really hard. I don't like matcha though. I think matcha is overrated, y'all. Matcha is overrated. Um, yeah, matcha is overrated for me. Okay. So what I'm inspired by was Poppy Playtime and other games as well, because I sometimes play these games and I wonder how the heck did these artists think of these very cool characters, and like these characters have such good lore, and character just the whole character itself, okay, is just so cool, and I was so inspired by that. So then I thought I really wanted to create something similar to that, like, because it was an inspiration. So of course I want to try that. You always combine them, or banana, avocado, chef kiss. Ooh, okay. Me personally, I don't necessarily like avocado, but banana's pretty good. That spells Etta. Yeah, that does. My name is actually like a nickname for my real name. I never actually tried matcha, but I'm scared. It tastes like grass. It doesn't taste like grass. It tastes. Wait, how do you even know what grass tastes like? Wait a second. Uh, like, how do you even know what grass tastes like? Okay, but no, it's not gonna taste like grass. Don't worry. Um, Dubai chocolate is not grass as well. Dubai chocolate is not grass. Seraphim straight up tastes really bitter. Seraphim. What is that? What is seraphim? Am I even saying that right? What is that? But yeah, Dubai chocolate and matcha are two totally different tastes. Talking about Dubai chocolate, a few days ago I tried it and it tasted pretty good. It actually tasted pretty good. Okay, I get it. The green color and like, you know, the texture, it looks kind of like probably crunchy grass, right? I get it. I get it. It does have that type of look. But the thing is, it's pistachio, and pistachio isn't like a very like salty, nutty flavor by itself. Like if you see like a pistachio in a bag or something in a store, it's most likely salted. But um when you crunch into it, it's like a sweet, crunchy flavor. Like you can't even really taste the pistachio in general, but the pistachio is basically what makes it green. But yeah, it was really good. The chocolate was taking over. So what makes the texture like that? It's because it's like sugar, like strips. I think it's sugar strips. I think like syrup sugar strips. That's why they were shaped like, you know, grass in a way. So yeah. But yeah, we're talking about snacks here while drawing characters. So perhaps we may need to make a character out of snacks or something, at least. So y'all can just contemplate on the idea and probably sketch something down, you know. You never know. Fun fact, I saw on a Instagram post that Hello Kitty was actually a sketch. I mean, obviously everything was a sketch at first, but Hello Kitty was like an unintentional sketch, and so many people rejected the idea of Hello Kitty, and look at where Hello Kitty is now. And I just thought that was so amazing. And when I say rejected, I mean like rejected more than at least 40, 50 times. So I think consistency and staying consistent after, you know, all the just rejection of your ideas is something, it's a quality that's definitely worth kind of growing into. Because, yeah, I think a lot of good ideas get rejected. A lot of times at first. But yeah. About the inspiration and why I decided to basically do the stream today was because lately new games have been coming out, and I kind of had like a recap for Poppy Playtime. I saw this video about lore of almost every Poppy Playtime character. Obviously some weren't like main characters, but most of them were protagonists or like main characters. And I tell you, Poppy Playtime really put in the work. Y'all should go see their lore and stuff, because it's deeper than it seems to just be like a horror game of a toy factory. It's more than that. Grass incident earlier. But yeah. And then there's like Little Nightmares 3 that came out that I watched, which is super cool. They have like new character designs. Like Little Nightmares, their character designs are one of the most horrifying character designs. I'm not gonna lie. Little Nightmares have like one of the most unsettling, uncomfortable, and in a way disturbing and kind of disgusting which is all like in the best way possible, because it's meant to be like that. It's meant to make you feel that way. And I remember looking at Little Nightmares 1 as a younger me, and I was wondering, wow, like who made this? Who thought of this? This is peak. And I just found the characters so interesting and so original, I'd say. And I was just striving. I was like, oh, whoever made this is cooking. So yeah, I was a really big fan of Little Nightmares. I think puppet combo games are also cool, but yeah, we're talking about Little Nightmares for now before jumping to puppet combo games. I never actually designed a character that isn't human. Maybe I should try it once. Exactly. You definitely should. I don't like, when I say that, I don't mean you have to like create an animalistic thing, but you can like create objects into, kind of a life form in a way. It doesn't have to be like a human entity form, if you would say. But like Poppy Playtime, for instance, they made toys into that lifelike, but they still had their toy form, if that makes sense. But yeah. Gave a huge twist at the end. Oh, Little Nightmares 2. Oh yeah. The huge twist. I hated that twist. I hated that twist so much. But I also was like, okay, I get it. I get what they are doing here. I get why they want to make everything make sense, because why would the monsters chase you? Why would these monsters chase you? Is it just because they lost their humanity? Is it just because they lost their marbles? Or it's because, you did something to trigger them? Like, you have a lot of questions, obviously. But the twist just made me... like, I was not expecting that. The twist at the end, after everything, was... It was depressing. It was depressing. And I remember watching Corey play Little Nightmares 3. And, this whole time, whenever there's, like, this incident of, like, the little gnomes, right? The little guys that, they're kind of pale and they kind of walk around funny, and they basically look like that, okay? And it was walking around, and, I actually don't know the girl character's name, but because I watched Corey's video, the girl's name was called Wendy because they named her Wendy, so I don't actually know the actual name of the character from Little Nightmares. So I'm just gonna call her Wendy because of that video. Okay, so Wendy, she looks like this. you know, I know this is like a poor illustration, but this is basically what she looks like. But yeah, Wendy here, all right? Basically the female character in the game. Wendy, she went to go pick up the gnome and she was actually going to give it a hug. And to be honest, at that moment, I was really scared that she was going to be like 6, which is, the girl in the Little Nightmares 2, with the raincoat. That's her name. And she ate the gnome. And I was actually kind of afraid for that gnome for a second there because I thought Wendy was gonna do the same thing, which is eat the gnome. And I think everyone was so traumatized by Little Nightmares 2 ending, the plot twist, to the point that we have trust issues. We have formed trust issues for the 3rd chapter. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I did not mean to hit my microphone. So when I saw Little Nightmares 3, I was watching so carefully. I was like, oh boy. And the thing is, Little Nightmares 3, it felt like the interactions between the two characters were quite innocent. It was so nice. It was so innocent. It was really refreshing because it was especially refreshing in such a dark atmosphere all the time. And it was refreshing because obviously the plot twist at the end of like chapter 2. But yeah, Little Nightmares are super good. I really like Poppy Playtime more than... I probably would like Poppy Playtime more than Little Nightmares, though. Okay, wait. I actually cannot say that. Wait a second. I might sold if I said that. Okay. Okay, perhaps... Because the character design in Little Nightmares is actually so good. Like... It's actually so good. Like, what? But Poppy Playtime's characters and the storyline is also really good. Okay, probably I'm just not gonna compare them. I can't compare them. I can't. They're good. They're so good in their own ways. But yeah, I learned about the dark story of Poppy Playtime today as well. I'm not gonna lie, chapter 4 really scared me a lot. It really did. With Doey. When the boy Jack fell into the machine. That itself was so scary to me. The trailer was scary. It was scary. Like, imagine, oh my gosh. Like, what could you even do at that point? Like, you fall in and nobody can, like, grab you out or, like, basically do anything. Like, and because I would imagine, like, how hot is the clay? Or, like, like, clay's, like, made out of rubber or something, right? Like, obviously they had to heat that up, I think. And it was, like, constantly spinning to mix it together. If we talked about FNAF lore, I would be up all night. It's so long. Oh yeah, FNAF lore. FNAF lore is so confusing, actually. Like, I understood mostly the concept of it. From my perspective, it's basically talking about a murderer that was an employer at the workspace and then killed the children, and the children were in basically the animatronics. Now they're haunting them. And then the guy likes to scare the ghost children, which he goes into this rabbit suit. And then the rabbit suit collapses on him because of the children, I think. The children probably manipulated the suit. And then he died a tragic death. And then haunts the place along with the kids, I think. I think. I do not know. Because the lore is actually so confusing. But yeah, if you're wondering what I'm drawing right now, because I was inspired by Poppy Playtime, I also want to make different toys of like this entity. And the toy here is actually a very common toy that toddlers would play with, which is matching the shapes into the box, which is a very simple game for toddlers. And so I want to make it a character. And then this is a series that I used to really like, but I didn't get much. But this is Nom Noms, inspired by Nom Noms. They were like a toy series, kind of popular in the 2007, 2010 era. I like how some of the games don't play with one player, so you can see what happened from different perspectives. Is that FNAF? Because I don't think so. I really like Security Breach, though. Security Breach was nice. I think my favorite Poppy Playtime character is probably Kissy Missy, which is like the pink version of Huggy Wuggy. Um, because she was just so mistreated, yet she was like still keeping her cool, keeping calm. And I get it. There's that incident, um, the Hour of Joy incident, but I think it was most likely because of the prototype causing that. And he made a whole hierarchy of like toys, and basically if you kind of like deny his rules, then you're gonna get eaten by other toys. So they were kind of having some sort of war between them, not just FNAF. What other games are like different perspectives? Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about puppet combo games. Those are so good. Like even though like their art style looks, a little bit wonky, I'm not gonna lie, but it's kind of like a classic old like art design because it's kind of like retro in a way. It's like a retro horror game. That's why it's designed like that. Let me take a sip of tea. You were gonna say what game, but you forgot. That's really real for that. You're real for that. That's been happening to me quite a lot lately, I'd say. Well, probably not a lot, but yeah, it happens. Why does this look like a paw? That looks like a paw. This is like a rotten nom nom. All right, I get it. Okay, these line art look a bit, the non-rendering is just making it look basic, but we're gonna get there. Okay, we're getting there. I sometimes just end up kind of creating something that's kind of more fantasy-like than a horror game, I'd say. If you guys look at my newest short, I think I really like that art piece that I did today, that I sketched today. I don't know, some of my art pieces really relate to plants more than kind of like historic, cute, like, I guess nature. Like, no, it relates to nature more, basically. A baby section of Poppy Playtime. Oh gosh. Then there's going to be a so-called toddler incident. Toddler incident. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Toddler incident. Oh goodness. That would be so terrifying. The thing I can think of, if there is like a toy for toddlers to be necessarily in a horror game, would probably be, the shaker, right? Um, the singing shaker or something like that. And then basically what this does is it just shakes by itself. But because it's like kind of abnormal, it electrocutes. Like electrocutes people. I don't know. Thinking about toddler toys, especially with Poppy Playtime design stuff. Oh my gosh. The toddler incident. Yeah, That's crazy. The whole point of the Poppy Playtime toys is kind of like FNAF, I'm not gonna lie. But it's more gruesome because for FNAF, right, it's ghost children. They're already dead. Not saying that's any better, of course, but now you're lost. It's okay. It's okay. We can retract. Basically, right now we're talking about the similarities of FNAF, concepts, and also Poppy Playtime. Draw a spaceship. Okay, I'll draw a spaceship. Give me a second. He might be a bit more nicer character. You mean the shaker? The baby shaker or something? Okay. And basically, okay, I'll draw a spaceship, okay? Basically, Poppy Playtime isn't just about like children dying. It's basically about the children becoming experiments and then becoming the monsters, the characters, the toys themselves. Like physically, like they have to eat with those physical toy bodies. Do you know how much more terrifying that can be? I like not saying that that's, having ghost children within the animatronics is like not better, obviously, but like, can you imagine? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, that is Poppy Playtime for you. Those are actual children that are probably losing their marbles within those characters because that's literally them. That is literally them. I know this is random. Maybe I've asked this before, but have you ever tried IBS pain? I have tried it recently. I have. I'm still getting used to it, but I'll be contemplating about changing. Do you want some celery? Oh, sure. You can leave it out. You can leave it out. We're still talking about random horror games. It's really good art app, especially for manga is useful. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And yes, I think I did see like a manga panel, like selection. Like it has a sectioning thing that helps for that. This is a spaceship. For what you say? Well, you'll see. But yeah, mostly Poppy Playtime. Yeah, because Poppy Playtime is just so good. Thanks. Alright. Yeah, the Poppy Playtime. Today I recapped on it and it definitely got me interested. What's gonna be in chapter 5? Because Poppy Playtime also had that plot twist. I don't know what's wrong with these plot twists. I guess they're kind of good, lore-wise, but I'm not gonna lie, it's really depressing, and it's getting kind of annoying. It's like, you go through so much work just to get betrayed, and that also is the reason why it makes that kind of plot twist so much better. It looks just like the ET spaceship. I did not notice that. I subconsciously drew this and it looks like an ET spaceship. Okay, thanks for stopping by. Yeah. That's a spaceship. It's like a bug spaceship. It's not the biggest spaceship, it's like one of those tiny spaceships. If a bug was smart enough and had the capacity to build something with metal, they would make that for sure. And what kind of bug would it be? Probably an ant, because ants like to work together. I'm not about to nerd out about insects, okay? I'm not about to nerd out with bugs. Alright. Because bugs is also super cool, I'm not gonna lie. Even though some of them are so terrifying. Which is then again such a cool concept as well for some horror games. Like, they just make it into more horrifying things. Which is something, then again, interesting. What is this, you might say? It's a self-growing plant pot that kids like to, basically, how in school stuff, the teachers would probably let the children have plants growing in a garden in the backyard of the school or something. Yeah, this would be there, basically. Trying to like trace out the veins a little bit more. There we go. I think Silent Hill is also another one of those like really interesting games. Although I never truly look into it, but what I did realize is that all the characters in that game, the monsters are also really terrifying. It's like a different hint of terrifying compared to Little Nightmares. It's like terrifying instead of terrifying, disgustingly terrifying, I'd say. I still remember we had a garden in like 5th grade and second. People always used to steal our strawberries. Wow, like growing strawberries, oh my gosh, that's such a dream for like little children. I used to like my story was I used to join this farm kind of event, and yeah, we planted all sorts of things. I think planting as children is just so good. But yeah, 5th and 2nd grade. Was it like throughout? Y'all just had to like take care of the strawberries? Talking about strawberries, perhaps like we could create like a strawberry character. Just a little strawberry. And then probably like a school uniform or some sort. It's a little bit wide though, because the strawberry's like shaped kind of like a triangle. But yeah, I was kind of traumatized though, because our teacher had a pet fish in the school, I think, or probably at home. And the teacher decided to bury the fish in her plants with like in the balcony of the classroom. And when I saw the dead fish decaying, I was like, ew. It's not a way that I want to die. It's for sure. Don't want to be buried in a classroom within the plants. Oh my goodness. And I literally saw the bones of the fish. I get it, fish is fish, but like when you're eating fish, you don't really think much. But if you see a fish in a planting pot, that's a whole new thing. I accidentally wrote 2 instead of 2. What? Yeah, in the plants, exactly. She buried it in the plants. I was like, oh, such a beautiful day. Oh, it's such a beautiful day. Let me look at the plants and I was like, oh, recess. Yay. Let me go look at the plants. And then I was like looking at the sky. I was like, oh yeah, these some nice, what is that? And then I was like looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute. Is that a fish? Is that a fish that I see? And I asked the teacher about it. And the teacher's like, oh yeah, I buried my fish here. It was like a tiny goldfish. It was like orange. Like I saw it kind of like decaying, but I could still see the color. And the teacher's like, oh yeah, it's a goldfish. It died. I'm gonna bury it right here. Such a beautiful place. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, that was traumatizing because it kind of jump scared me in a way. I wasn't like very scared about it, but I was like definitely kind of creeped out. And there was this one time where I was cleaning the school yards. I think in recess and where I am, we would be assigned to different chores as a whole class, and I was assigned to clean basically the kind of like the grassy yard, which is a kind of nice place, keeping the nature clean so-called nature in the school, whatever. It's nice. Okay, it's nice to be around nature, things, trees, whatever. Um, so then I was like, oh, you know, we cleaned this place so much already. Let's go deeper. Okay, let's go like behind these trees, right? Let's clean. Let's actually dig, like perhaps we're gonna go on like a treasure hunt. We don't actually pick stuff out from the bucket, whatever we grab, because it's usually trash and it's not treasure. We said treasure hunt as in like we're gonna get some good stuff to clean up. Um, and then I found rat bones. Oh, I found rat bones. Um, and it was its skull, which I guess it's expected. It's a school, it's a big school. It's not like a backyard or anything like that. It's a school, some places, especially behind the trees where no one really cleans, there would be something like that. But when I saw it, I wasn't like scared. I was just really curious, I guess. I like making characters with these eyebrows. There we go. And then like let's give him like some Mickey Mouse hands or something like that, making the hands super huge. Okay, that kind of looks a little bit odd. That's actually insane. I know. I was going insane when I saw the fish. That's for sure. I think mitten hands were like really popular at some point. Have y'all ever liked, those like dolls, like baby dolls? At some point I did, but then I got creeped out once I got older. And they had this smell. They had this smell of just plastic. And it was like so strong at some point whenever you get them out of the packaging. And they had this smell. And I don't know how to say it, but it's like if it smells sickening. It smells so bad to the point you can quite literally vomit. We randomly found a frog hopping around a random puddle in school. That's so cute. Frogs are so cute. Frogs are so cute. I don't know how people hate frogs. Frogs are super cute. Frogs, they're just adorable. My cousin is committed to hating them. Hating them with a passion, I see. What's wrong with frogs? Like, what has a frog ever done to you? Like, I get it. If it, like, jump scared you, that's almost with everything. It doesn't, it's just not a frog. It's just not only a frog. It'd be a fly, a bee, just anything, But, like, hating the dolls. Okay. Not the frogs. I was about to say hating the dolls. Now, that is another story. That is another story. I think it's because the reason why I got like kind of detached with dolls is because I saw so much horror stories, and I would deep dive on YouTube about like haunted dolls and stuff, and then I really got scared, and at some point I had a phase where I was like really nice to my dolls, and then like every night I would shut them in my drawer and basically just shut them away because I was low-key kind of scared. But yeah. Nah, man, I gotta learn how to form full sentences. That's no problem. I think as artists, we really don't have the best, like, I'd say, like, I'm still practicing too how to talk low key. But like with art, it just comes so naturally. In a way. For real, like Annabelle and stuff. Oh my gosh, Annabelle. The actual Annabelle looks so much friendlier than the movie Annabelle, which is actually really crazy to me. Uh, and there are also some haunted like dolls and stuff that even though they don't, look as evil, I guess, they are probably one of the most evil, which is really triggering to me. But yeah. All right, let's probably like put a bow over here. Okay. I think giving it a skirt, giving the strawberry like a little gown is nice. And then erasing this part. But yeah. Also, if you guys want to join the Discord server or any of my socials, check out my other art pieces, you can definitely do that in the description below. I'm planning on to like make a Discord server, and to, kind of have everyone probably hop in like a VC chat or something while I draw, or like y'all can connect your art tablets and stuff and you can draw as well. If y'all have art tablets. But if you don't, you can also post your traditional art pieces into our community art posts. So I wanted to give some like backstory for the Discord server. If you like see the server kind of like ghosted, it's sort of like a haunted server, I'm not gonna lie. It's because that I used that server before for my previous project. And not saying that I gave up on the community fully, but I just truly needed to have time to kind of reconnect myself in a way. And it is totally fine for people to move on and kind of, forget about the server because obviously, I had to also spend effort to make the server stay alive. So it was okay. It was okay. I was kind of expecting that because, like most places, But yeah, if you guys still want to join, I really want to kind of revive the servers again, and my groups again, Instagram included as well. But yeah, I think Discord is really cool, but it's low-key hard to navigate. Yes, it is hard to navigate, and it is also really interesting people on there. When I say interesting, I mean some are crazy. Anyway, but it's a big world. There's all types of people, not just on Discord, but it's the internet. All right. What else could we draw here? Also, welcome. I really like Kissy Missy so much. Like, I know it sounds like really weird, but I heard her story and seeing her around chapter 4 or chapter 3. Actually, chapter 4, I'd say, was so depressing. And seeing what she's been through, and yet she was still so willing to help. Oh my gosh. Okay. No, I'm Not a Human. I have not talked about that game. Have y'all seen the No, I'm Not a Human gameplay? And if you did, tell me who you watched. Because I watched Queso. I watched Queso play it. Actually, just Queso. Yeah, just Queso. I watched Queso play it. And it was really good. I know that they have this like music track that constantly repeats itself in the background, which is like also really unsettling. It makes everything have a depressing atmosphere. I'm gonna try to create the character like that. Because I really enjoy their character design. Like, their character design was, I don't know, you can see each person at the door has their own story to tell, if that makes sense, because they all look so unique. Even though some perhaps may not look the most appealing to most people, but they still have this uniqueness. And I just think that's so awesome. Because they have a story to tell. I usually start with the eyes. As usual, I always like to start with eyes. Okay, they don't necessarily like have the most detailed pupils. Hello moderator. Everybody, W for the moderator. W for the moderator. Oh my gosh, I can't speak today. Hello moderator. W in chat for the moderator. W. Thank you so much. That was, yeah. You know, I was actually just kind of gaining slang from Case's streams because he always says like W in chat for this, W in chat for that. Low-key, I don't know. Gen Z slang is something I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Gen Z slang. Like, some of the brain rot stuff low-key gets on my nerves, I'm not gonna lie. It's just like, what are we even talking about anymore? Like what is this? Is this really what humanity has come to? And like, people would just be spamming these same words over and over and over again, and I low-key would just have a crash out. And then again, you know, the words like crash out is a Gen Z word, so I'm like, you know, I'm just going nuts. Some are good, some are bad. But I guess it's a, you know, I guess that's fine. I can take some. You know, I do say some, alright? But the brain rot stuff, yeah, keep me out of it. Keep me out of it. Okay, this doesn't really look like a, no, I'm not a human character. This looks like more of a, okay, I'll make it a, no, I'm not a human character. Yeah, just have to add some disgusting realism. When I say disgusting, I mean like wrinkles, you know. Oh, because also wrinkles are not disgusting. Wrinkles are not disgusting. I'm not saying they are. I'm just saying adding that realism, that unsettlingism, just probably adding some more wrinkles than usual, than a usual person would ever have. Okay. Sometimes when I do art with my markers, they come out vibrant. Vibrant? You mean like glowing? Other times they look dull. Yeah. You know. Has that ever happened before? For me? Sometimes the colors would be so different to the colors that they look like they had on the markers. And it would make me question things. And the thing is, I would regret coloring because it was not the color that I intended to color. So I get that. That's probably how it felt when you figured that some of the colors were dull. Unless you intended to color like that. That's why you should get acrylic markers. No, I'm not advertising. I'm not advertising. They didn't pay me. So no advertisement for them. Too bad. But yeah, I use acrylic markers. And what they do basically is that they would cover each other, each other. They would cover each other up once they dried. Okay? That's literally what they do. So, like, let's say you have a coat right here and then they dry really fast, and then you can use another color and basically go over that, and it would be totally not blended, which is super awesome. For real, it's always so sad. I gotta look at your swatches every time. Yeah, I got that trust issue and anxiety. Great. Great. What are we gonna do now, Art Block? What are we gonna do now? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, I get it. I'm not gonna shut up about Poppy Playtime just yet. But Poppy Playtime came out with a Minecraft add-on. It's like a mod, I think. It's not a mod, it's an add-on, I think. It's like a version of Minecraft. It's not actually Minecraft. It's what do they call it? Java? Is it Java? Is it called Java? Wait. It's something like that, right? Oh my gosh, it's not actual Minecraft. It's the other version. It's called Java Minecraft. I think it is, if I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong. I think the key to vibrant art is bright red, like bright red. Why bright red specifically? Why bright red for specifically? It's such an aggressive color. It's such a bossy color. Like, if you tell me bright red is your favorite color, I'd low-key be kind of annoyed. But that's just like my only opinion. I'm not saying, you know, I'd hate you over a color. That's gonna be kind of dumb. Yeah, I think so. Wait, I brought up so many different subjects. There's bedrock. Oh, there's bedrock. Okay. I think it's called bedrock. Yes, bedrock. In bedrock, there is the new Poppy Playtime drop. And I think it's super cool. Although the jump scares are low-key kind of mid. They're not so scary at all. They're just kind of just like, yeah, it's very less scary. But I mean, it's bedrock, you know, it's Minecraft. What are you gonna do? You know, you can't really have the biggest jump scare for Minecraft. Unless somebody did that. Alright guys, after this I'm going to end the stream. But yeah, hopefully you guys got your sketchbook out. You really like this small figure on the left side? Oh, this little character. You mean this one over here? Wait, like, here, let me try. Like this one? This one over here? Yeah, I met her today. This is me. Thank you. There's a bedrock Java. Honestly, IDK. Why there are two Minecraft versions. Oh man. Yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by today though. But yeah, I need to, you know, take a break after an hour of streaming. And do something. Because I still have things to do. But yeah, IDK, there are two Minecraft versions. To answer that question, I also do not know why there's two versions of Minecraft. I wish that there was just the original version instead of just Bedrock. I don't know why Bedrock exists. I really don't. If Bedrock exists, I really wish that it stayed a mode of Minecraft instead of a whole revolution basically for a whole new version of Minecraft. Just doesn't make sense to me. But yeah. Do you guys agree that Roblox probably might have taken some ideas from Minecraft? because the different devices handle Minecraft different. So Bedrock is for phones and consoles, while Java is mainly for PC. Then why do they not have the add-ons for both? Oh my goodness. Like, I saw the Poppy Playtime trailer, right? Also, thank you for that information, by the way. Thank you so much. I was W's in chat for the moderator. Oh my goodness. Because I was looking forward to the Poppy Playtime trailer. I was like, oh yeah, it's Poppy Playtime in Minecraft. Let's freaking go. Yo, Poppy Playtime. Oh yeah, that's already a good game. But with Minecraft, yo, I'm really curious to see this. And then I was like, oh, where's this? Where is this? This is like, just Minecraft. And I'm like, wait a minute. wait a minute. Bedrock? Bedrock? No offense, okay? Bedrock is okay. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. The lighting is beautiful. But, here comes the but. But, okay, some things really suck within Bedrock. I'm just going to say that. I'm just going to leave it at that. Some things really suck within Bedrock. And sometimes I really, especially right now after I saw the Poppy Playtime trailer, sometimes I just really want to just shake whoever thought just leaving those add-ons in Bedrock, just in Bedrock, and ask them, what are you doing? You are missing out on an opportunity. Literally most of the people, I'm very sure most of the time, people play on their PC. They don't do much add-ons for Java. Most in-game purchase are within Bedrock only. Then what type of add-ons are only for Java? Is it just Bedrock? Just everything is just Bedrock now. It's just like, do they want to move Bedrock? Like, okay, I need to calm down. Etta, you need to calm down. It's just Minecraft. It's just Minecraft. I was just so disappointed. But y'all, the Poppy Playtime add-on was expensive. I saw the price in Bedrock. It was expensive. It was expensive. I saw the price and I'm like, oh. And when I saw people playing through it, was it worth it? I can arguably say it is, but then again, probably not as much as the price, although it was really cool. It was really cool. Y'all should go check that out. But yeah. Didn't they, like, I'm sure they had like collaborations in the past too with like a FNAF add-on, probably. I just didn't search for it, but they probably had like a lot of different add-ons. All right. Pretty much done with the sketch. But yeah, comment down below which was your favorite little character. I know probably today it was... I'd say we've been talking about games. But hopefully today you can find a character within this board that you found favorites. Because I think this was like more of like a doodle as well. It's kind of just practicing. Because I really... when I heard the lore of games and stuff, I really want to make something my own, and I did on my sketchbook. So then again, y'all can go check out the shorts that I made, because I usually post my sketches onto the shorts, and obviously you can check out other platforms like TikTok and Instagram. So then again, thank you so much for stopping by, and really appreciate it, and I will see you tomorrow, Sunday. Thanks so much again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.